XO podcast. I'm Christina.
I'm Alex.
Hi, I'm Junior, and in today's episode, we're just gonna talk about about Abel Tesfaye killing off the name The Weeknd or the character The Weeknd. So before I start talking, do you any of you two wanna
Let's
talk
just
about
make
how that
one
person
thing
makes you feel?
clear to everyone who's saying that I've seen multiple TikToks, people targeting that he's retiring, and to the people in the comments, he is not retiring. The
He's
only
gonna
thing
stop making
retiring, the
music.
only thing retiring is The Weeknd and his drug and thing phase. But
Yeah, he's not gonna stop making music at all or going on
yeah,
tour. He's still gonna do all that, I think. There's no way he's gonna give all that up.
no, no, not now, not now.
It's just a matter of killing off that name and that character because he's not that person anymore. That was a part of him, but it's not anymore. It's there's a new version of him, obviously now, and at this point, we all call him Abel Tesfaye. We don't call him The Weeknd like that. So I
Being
just
an
feel like
XO, it kind of feels weird calling him The Weeknd, to be honest, because it's like,
it
Yeah, I
does.
always I always call him Abel.
because like whenever I
Always.
post a TikTok and I refer to The Weeknd, like it feels weird. But the thing is, I have to refer to him like that, or else people are gonna stare at me like, who the hell's Abel? Like, and it's just like, it's like that's when I realized the algorithm of TikTok. Whenever you include Abel, you don't get much likes or views. Whenever you're trying to target out something, but whenever you include The Weeknd, you do.
Yeah, that's the
It
sad
and
reality of it.
it is, and then not that we care what people say or think. It's just a matter of like, oh well, you're not related to him. Oh, you're not even best friends with him like that. So why are you calling him Abel? But it's just like you guys have a relationship with him spiritually and physically. So it's like you call him
Like
that
he's been
because
around in my life for a mad while. Like it's like I could
exactly,
say, like listening to his music, you know him like that, like because he sings about
yeah,
his himself, so it's like you know the deepest secrets in between his songs.
yes, I agree with what you said, 100%.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of people are very pissed off and upset about it. But to
No
me,
one has no reason
I'm
to be
not.
pissed off.
A lot of people are though, and a lot of people are very sad and all that. To me, first of all, we don't know anything yet. We don't know anything.
Yeah,
This
and
could
I we
only
can't we can't assume that he'll stop like
this
singing,
could
let's
mean
say,
this can be
old
many
songs.
things. This can mean one, he might even change his whole stage name from The Weekend to Abel, on all his platforms, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
or he can
Or we
do
don't know,
something
he
crazy
might
and
get rid of
stop
old songs.
altogether.
We don't know that. Like, what if he gets rid of entirely like his old songs? Wouldn't say he would, but you it's just all assumptions at the moment. No one knows what's actually gonna happen.
Yeah,
What if
nobody knows.
what if
He might pursue his career in acting with his new show coming out, especially with his new movie coming out with Jenna Ortega.
Yeah,
Or he could or he could just take a break because I'm not gonna lie, he's been producing a lot in a very short amount of time because
yes,
he's been produced one project every 2 years maximum, and he's not only that, he's been putting things up at the toppest highest quality. So we've been actually very blessed. So maybe he does need a break because he's been very stressed probably.
very. He's doing the coffee, the idol. He's doing production, like you said. He's doing a lot of things, and he's a very private person, so we never really know what's going on behind his scenes, other than what he gives us. But even what he gives us doesn't show us the full story of what's going on behind his life.
true.
Yeah, and he's been doing a lot of magazines, a lot of them.
Yeah,
Oh,
Maybe
I
because he's
commented
never done something like this
I
before. He usually did
commented in
one every
something.
year or two.
I commented something and I was like, The Weekend, no more The Weekend, but now we're entering the Abel Tesfaye modeling era.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And honestly, I have this whole thing. Maybe this was the plan from the start. Maybe the whole this new trilogy of
I mean,
After Hours
this is a
being
thought that
some.
he's been having for a while because it's no way someone could commit to this in like months. This is something that you have a thought for years. Like, and I feel like
hmm
this thought started off when he said he wanted to get rid of trilogy. I feel like it started from then. Or like, well, he's never liked really The Weeknd himself. Like, if you really know him like that, he's never liked The Weeknd and anything like that. But it's just like he's now finally finalizing all of this. He's like getting comfortable with it. And I feel like he once he knew he was ready is when he began his like tour, because usually before when artists do world tours, that means they're preparing for something that no one wants, but is gonna happen. Because, and also,
Agreed.
if you look at the videos and the way he looks at the crowd, it looks like his face is like he's ready to commit something that he knows his exos are not gonna be like. I wouldn't say happy, but his exos are gonna feel some sort of pain because we grew up about like around his music, and it's like knowing like, oh, he might not perform this song because he's not going by this person. That's his like thoughts.
I love how you put it that way.
Yeah, and I think this is the plan from the start with like the new trilogy going on, like the After Hours, the all the hardcore like sad stuff about his past. Dawn FM, just going into the afterlife. Maybe afterlife is him killing the weekend and him emerging as Abel. Now, maybe this was the plan from the start, and honestly, it's a good plan. I think because I'm very excited for what he's gonna do and how to execute it, how he's gonna market it, and what he's gonna do with it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited for it.
So the reason why I feel like everyone's been saying afterlife is because like it like adds up to it now because he is entering a new era of him, and it's like gonna be an afterlife. We don't know this would be the new name, but like assumptions.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's gonna
Yeah,
be something like that.
you're right.
And who knows? Who knows what it's gonna be? And it's probably not gonna come out. He's not gonna start marketing for it until his last world tour, like probably the Asia tour or something like that, which will probably be like next year or the year after that.
Or else,
So
the
who
editing
knows?
of like
who knows?
the editing of AI of like the weekend's after hours low-key just really reminds me of like Echoes of Silence, to be honest.
This whole AI thing has been crazy. Like all the covers that they did for him
But
of all these
one
different
thing I'm gonna
songs,
say,
it's like wild.
it's very rare for some of those AIs to sound nice because his voice is very exotic, and it's very rare to get like AIs to sing or just to do that because his like voice is very like one of a kind that not I could say not every artist has.
A
Or
lot of them sound kind of weird.
yes, because it
Like
doesn't
remember that
sound like
the
him.
one where like they did the cover for The Color Violet.
Yes,
The
it
one
sounded
that
so
was very
bad.
weird.
It sounded so bad. And it's just like the thing is like his voice is so exotic that no one really could do that. No one has that voice
Yeah.
to like.
The ones that I like the most are the ones where he compares his voice to Michael Jackson's voice. They put Michael Jackson's voice in his songs, and it sounds exactly like
My
identical.
favorite is the Renegade
That's
one.
really cool.
My
That's
favorite.
very
Every
that's
Diana
very
in a
cool.
The
nutshell.
Renegade one is my favorite. We'll play it for you guys. You guys can listen to it, but that's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's very cool. I like that addition, and who knows? Maybe it's only getting like smarter and better, and who knows what can happen? Maybe some artists could even use it for like bass ideas of like how they would sound like on a certain beat, or like what lyrics would work perfectly with like a fully auto-tuned thing. Like there's a lot of opportunities they could do with it.
Very true. I love how you said that.
Yeah, so I'm excited, man. I'm very excited for the future of the music industry, for Abel's new era of Abel, and yeah, I'm just excited what the future is gonna hold.
Over the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but I could say I when I found out like the cover magazine when I read it, I was honestly really sad, and I had no hatred towards him. Like I'm happy for him that he's able to accomplish that goal that he's wanted for years, but I'm just upset because when you look back at it, like it comes to the senses the weekend doesn't exist anymore. It's just a memory in the back of your head. So when you go back to it, you have to explain to your kids like the difference between it and like who are these two people. And
That's a very real
Yeah.
answer.
because obviously Abel is different from the weekend. Abel is completely a different mindset and thought,
Yeah.
and like
And I think he
He's
wants
more
to do this because
charitable.
he wants to like branch out from his past, because his past was very traumatic and very
the
like
weekend is
traumatizing for him.
he's sweet soul, but I would say the weekend himself was a person who deep down kills your heart. Abel is the die for you. The weekend is literally the heartless. Like that's what I see.
Yeah. I think they're two
I love
different
it.
people, you know.
And it's I find it very cool that artists are able to change their like have an alter ego when they step on stage or like when they're
When they
filming or
drop a new
performing.
album, like
They
they
forget
record
who
a
they
little
are
different.
and where they were born and who's their mother. Like they have an entire new alter ego.
Like especially when they release a new album. Like if you look at After Hours to like I don't know the Pineapple Hair era, it's like completely different, you know.
Yeah.
And like he's done that for every one of his
I'm gonna be
albums. So I'm really
honest.
excited to see what the Abel era is gonna look like. Maybe
We're
it's just
in
gonna be him or something.
we're in this new era, but of the weekend or Abel. But I'm still in the pineapple stage era. I'm still mentally there. Like
The Pineapple Hair was
I
unmatched.
I could
The
tell
way
you
they wanted him.
trilogy, like Echoes of Silence Thursday, like House of Balloons is like Kissland. Those are all I play. I could tell you it's pretty rare for me to play My Dear Melancholy. After Hours depends the mood, like how I'm feeling. But Dawn FM is probably the one of the rarest albums I play around. It's like
Not me.
I'm a very, 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 very old like Abel era. Like I like these musics, like I relate to it, and I always have. Like to listen to Dawn FM and After Hours, like I have to be in like a specific mood and place and a plot to like feel it.
I don't know. I listen to everything kind of equally. I don't listen to one thing only and like the other thing only. Like besides albums, like how you described it, I skip certain songs that don't really play that much.
I see what you're saying on that.
Yeah. So I like that the fact that he started with a trilogy, and he's ending with the trilogy. I think that's a very good idea and a very good plan.
It's like you said, there's Till Dawn at the very end of trilogy, and now we're at the Dawn era and reaching.
That's a really good idea, and I like how he tied both of that together.
Exactly, like from the sounds of it or from looks of it, it was planned from the very beginning.
He always has a plan. He always has a plan.
I love your drawing. That is beautiful.
Thank you.
She drew that. That is.
You should try sell that. Sorry.
Yeah, I can never. I don't have talent.
I would not sell it. I would give it out for free. Yeah, I took time and I spent maybe like 3-4 hours on that, but
4 hours?
Well, I did a lot of shading, drawing, like a lot of coloring, but I would never charge my exos for my drawings. I would honestly send it out for free.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
It's a blessing. But before
I'm just like, if I had the money and all this money in the world, I would literally send out free stuff. Like I really wouldn't. Exactly.
Yeah, I would too. I would too.
No, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If I had all the money in the world, I would literally buy concert tickets for every single world tour. Not every single, but I would buy as many tickets as I can for Abel's world tours, and I would give them out for free because the way I kid you not, the way Ticketmaster is scamming these fans.
Hang on. Wait. Let's stop there. We're not giving out tickets to people who don't deserve it. To people I'm referring to is people who have hit me up and told me that I had terrible seats. Well, there's people in this world who can't even afford that. I was happy with what I had. I wasn't all the way in the top. I was literally a section below, like above floor. And it's like those people do not deserve it. That is just something messed up. So it's like you have to specifically pick a person who deserves that ticket.
Like you and Alex.
Yeah, you have to specifically pick a person who deserves it. Because you can't sit there and tell someone, oh, your tickets were like this or your tickets were like that. There's people who love TheWeeknd diehard probably more than anyone in this world who could not afford this ticket. And they wanted to go, and it's just they couldn't go because they're low income or can't afford it or don't have that type of money. And it's just people who went and got 4 tickets and are bashing on people who are just a section higher than them is one messed up thing to do. It's not my fault that I'm a teenager who even paid for my own ticket 4 times. And to sit there and talk about that, I don't have $1,000 to cherish to get free I would love to. I would spend that $1,000 in minutes. But I don't got that type of money. I'm not I'm not gonna sit there and tell my parents to pay for something that's worth $1,000 because they could go get themselves something more priceful. Because I'm the Weeknd fan. Why would my parents buy $1,000 concert ticket that lasts like, if you think in their mindset as a, like, coming from a parent who's cultured and who grew up somewhere else, they think differently. Like, why would I spend this much money to go watch someone sing when I could go buy myself something more memorable and useful?
That's true. Yeah, like you said, be very careful. But I would love to do something like that, buy concert tickets if I had the money, and just, give them out, because Mr. Beast, he bought Taylor Swift Era Tour tickets, and he gave them to a bunch of random Taylor Swift fans who deserved it, and that made me, like, want to do something like that. Like, if you guys can go to the tour, I would give you guys those tickets first, and I would give it to a few other people that.
Yeah, that's why I can't wait for when I'm older, because when I'm older and, like, hopefully I make, like, a lot of money for me.
Exactly.
I want to be able to, like, buy, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5 tickets and give them to, like, my best friends who don't even have a chance to go. I feel like that'd be, like, a cool, like, moment for me, like, for them.
The thing is,
and
the second that
that's something I want to do.
The second that they would come out, I would purchase it for all my friends. Like, I wouldn't even say, like, I would literally just text them. I'm like, well, guess what? You're going to a Weeknd concert. Like, I would love to go to Taylor Swift's concert, but it's expensive.
And the tickets are sold out right now. It's kind of hard.
I got lucky. I got them during the Ticketmaster scandal. And the price that they're going for, like, I got them for, like, normal price, like maybe 200 each, but my section's going for literally over 1,000.
It's ridiculous.
That's stupid, bro. Why is it? It should be a rule, honestly, to where when you sell your ticket, you only sell at the same price that you bought it, for a refund.
Well, I just
nothing
the reason
else.
The reason people strike it up is because whenever you're reselling, they take half your money.
Yeah.
So I think if I'm not wrong, they take 10% of your money.
Yeah, they take only like 10%, but what they're raising it for is way more than 10%.
That means if you're selling it for $200, they take $50.
But at least sell it for like maybe like only a little bit more. Nothing like super crazy. Like, it's a bunch of.
Honestly,
I can't say it,
I feel like
it's
once
crazy.
tickets are released at one certain price, they shouldn't go up. Like, if Ticketmaster pre-sells it for $200, I feel like max it should go up $50. I find it no need just because you didn't make it to the pre-sale. It should be $900 more. Like, let's say the Drake scandal. Yeah, Drake's tickets are much more cheaper now, but when they were going up for like $900 for the most worst seats, like, you literally were like, I'd rather not go. And you're like, I'd rather pay $1,000 and get floor than pay $500 to get like nosebleed seats. Like, why would I pay $500 for the worst ticket when I could just add $500 more and sit floor?
Yeah,
it's
like,
so,
why am I wasting $500 if all I'm gonna see is a little ants like walking around?
It's not worth it, man. The system is so bad.
Top floor shouldn't even exist, bro. They're so bad.
I hope Ticketmaster goes down in flames one day.
Amen to that.
Shout out to Vivid Seats, bro. Like, not sponsored by them, but they actually, the people on there are very fair trade, because you could get really lucky and get a person who had a family emergency and can't make it, or there's an emergency that they can't make it, and they sell their tickets for like the cheapest price. Like, shout out to them, because they're the reason why I got bomb ass tickets for the Weeknd's tour, and I was all the way down instead of being all the way up here. Like, I was literally 2 sections up from floor. 2 sections. Like, literally, it was not even that much. Like, Abel was here and I was like right here, but originally, like, I was like all the way up here, and all you saw was like a little ant walking around, and you couldn't even find him. Like, where was he going? Like, it was so hard.
Honestly, I don't know why. He should have had the Jumbotron up.
Yeah.
Not the little, like, screens in, like, the corners.
Oh,
like,
yeah, I noticed Bad Bunny had that up there, but The Weeknd did it at SoFi.
No, he didn't have it for any of the shows. He didn't have that at all. He didn't use the big Jumbotron in the center.
Those screens were a sad excuse of a screen for
those weren't even screens. Like, that's so bad. Why didn't you just use the big Jumbotron at the top?
You can't even see, because you only get one here, and one all the way at the end. The 3. That's it. So if you're sitting in the middle, you were going to have to tilt your head to look.
That's so bad. And, like, I like how Taylor Swift has, like, one big screen in the back, and she also uses a big screen at the top. You know? So, yeah, I wish all artists did that for performing at big venues. especially something like SoFi or any big football stadium.
Hmm. Yeah, I love what you guys have to say though. But yeah, this was a very
I
nice
love this
episode.
conversation. I love how we hopped on to like very different things.
Hmm.
I liked it. This is a good episode. I actually liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
We talk about a lot of things.
I
So hopefully
also
Abel speaks us with more information for another banger.
I wish I got I talked about him. I will get the Abel's coffee, but when I actually saw it was actually listed for 65, I was like, bye, I'm broke. I was like, bye. I for real was like, no.
$70 for coffee beans? Like, what? Crazy.
I'm not even gonna lie, like I've been saving myself like money, and I have bought myself so many nice things that like younger me could have dreamed of, that I feel like you're gonna consume this coffee, and like I'm young, I'm not a coffee person. I feel no need to waste my money on it, because like when I'm older, yeah, obviously something like this will probably come out again, but it's like I find no need to waste my money on that, and I should be saving for like things that I need. Like I'm literally saving for a weekend concert to go see like again, and it's just like,
That's a smart decision.
yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like every time he comes out with like merch, like I'm like, do I really need My Dear Melancholy merch? And I'm like, no, I don't. Yeah, Kissline I do. Yeah, that one, yeah. But when he releases something,
Up for that.
when he releases something, I'm like, do I really need it? Am I a big fan of this album? And I'm like, no, I don't. And then that's where I'm like, bye.
Yeah.
Bye.
Well, thanks for watching, guys, and we love you guys. We appreciate all the love and support as always. And yeah, till next time.
That was my last comment, but
God bless.
bye, guys. Nice
Bye,
talking
guys.
to you guys. I really like this conversation. We said a lot, but
Yes. We had fun.
bye, besties.
God
Bye,
bless.
guys.
Bye.